Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dr. Brickenstein here, aka Contreras. So in continuing Halloween month on the channel, we're going to be doing the Amusement Park Haunted House. This has some really nice features. In particular, the drop ride has a whole bunch of figures. I think this set is going to pair really nicely with the Monster Fighters Haunted House that I did in the previous video. And this is probably one of my most anticipated sets to build. So I'm going to go through all the artwork on the box, do the build, and at the very end, I'll go through everything that comes in the set. Let's get spooky. So here's the front of the box. And this is set number 10273. Has 3,231 pieces. And I'm really digging this color scheme. Here is the top of the box. So it comes with 1 skeleton, 2 ghosts, and 6 humans. And there's the actual size of the minifigure with the top hat. Here is the back of the box. It has a really nice organ build. There is the drop tower. And there's the dimensions of the set. So it's 10 inches wide and 26.5 inches tall. So I just want to take a moment to show you all the bags that came in the box. So there's 18 numbered bags, but there's a total of 25, as there's secondary bags for the same number. And then there's the instruction manual, and there's some plates in black and tan. But I'll be probably doing some time-lapse breaks throughout, just to show you where I'm at with the build. But let's get started on the haunted house. So I just wanted to take a little mid-time-lapse break to show you where I'm at with the haunted house. So we have the front entrance, this little graveyard or cemetery. We have some front windows, and this opens up like this, so you can see the interior. So there is an organ piano, and we have this little area for the drop tower, and then you can see the interior of the front entrance. One thing weird about this set is that I have 2 of these top head guys. I believe there's only supposed to be 1, but there's 2, so something spooky is going on. We also have this wheelchair guy with the ticket. He looks pretty cool, but yeah, there's a little shining thing happening in my haunted house. So that was bags 1 through 6, and then I'll do another time-lapse break after probably bag 10, and then I'll show you where it's at. But let's get back to the time lapse. So here we are with another time-lapse break, just to show you where I'm at with the haunted house build. So now there's a sort of second story with some windows. There's some roofing going on. And then if I open it up, you can see the second floor taking shape with these attic elements. There's a skeleton hanging upside down. There's a skull in a green dome. There's a really nice Egyptian build for this head. And then here's the backside. So you can see a little more of the tower being built with these windows. So now I just have bags 13 to 18 left to do. And then the haunted house will be complete. But let's get back to the time lapse and finish this one up. So that was the build for the haunted house. So you can see it here. If I pan up, I can't even fit in the shot. It's so big. So this is the first creator set with the 18 age rating. But I'll go through everything that comes in the set, including the instruction manual, all the extra parts, and all the minifigures as well. And I'll also go through some of the Easter eggs that are included in this haunted house. So let's start with the instruction booklet. So this is one thick book, and they have a nice old-timey photo of the designers for the set. Manor Von Baron is a spooky haunted house theme park ride. It was home to Samuel Von Baron, one of the world's greatest villains. He traveled the globe in search of the ancient artifacts to steal for his collection, but perhaps he stole too much after Von Baron snatched the Rego ruby. Pharaoh Hotep cursed his manor for 1,000 generations. Enter if you dare. And on the side, it shows a battery that you can power up the drop tower with. So like I said earlier, there were 18 bags and a bunch of plates. But this was a really fun build. There's some very repetitive stuff with the windows, of course, and the walls. But I think it's well worth it once you see the final build. So that is the instruction manual. Here are all the extra parts. Some things of note is this greenery piece. There's a bunch of these translucent diamonds in blue and red. There's one of those candle elements. Well, that's pretty much it for the extra pieces. So next, let's go through all the minifigures. We'll go from left to right. So I thought earlier I was getting an extra figure, but actually there's two butlers that come in the set. So there's twin butlers. Let me put one down so you can see it a little more closely. So you can see his torso printing with the vest and tie and white shirt. He has the top hat there. If I take it off, you can see a better look at his beard and glasses, and just a bit of back printing there, and just the one face. So those were the twin butlers. We also have two spirits, one happy, one sad. They come in these all white torso and dress elements, white hoods, and the face printing there as well. Now each one has both of those phases, the sad and happy, but those are the two spirits. So here we have woman. She's just referred to as woman on Brickpedia. She has blue pants, a little purple sweater, and purple shirt. She has this blonde hair And if I take it off, you can get a better look at her face. And then she has that scared face as well. And just a bit of back printing as well. So next we have the man. He's just referred to man as well. He has this turquoise jacket, dark blue pants, and a purple shirt with this graphic. He has some nice sideburns and this light brown hair. And he has a bit of back printing and just the one face. So there is the man.
I'm not a baby, I'm a man!
So here is the woman. She has a black leather jacket and a striped shirt with dark gray pants, glasses, this ponytail hair in brown. She also has a frightened alternative face with some back printing as well. So that is the other woman. And then there's a third woman. She has a Letterman jacket with black pants. She has long brown hair, just the one face. She has some back printing with that Squids logo. So that is the other woman. And next we have the man in the wheelchair, and he has a ticket, which is a printed piece. So there's the wheelchair in gray. You can see his sweater printing, dark blue pants and brown hair. And he has some back printing and that scared face. So there is the man in the wheelchair. So those are all the minifigures. So let's go through the haunted house now. So there's a little graveyard or cemetery in the front. There's a pumpkin piece, little tombstone, and another tombstone build with a bat on top. There's some vines here and a barren bush with some fencing around. And here's the front entrance, and if you'll notice, there is accessibility for the wheelchair with this ramp. There's some lights on either side of the entrance. Also of note, there is no stickers in the set. It's all printed pieces. So there's the printed piece for Manor von Baron. And one thing to note about this printed piece, this is the crest for the Fright Nights theme, and included here are the Roman numerals for 6007, which refers to the Batlord. So, and you can see some gray frogs on these edges right here. And if we pan up, you can see these pillars with these sword elements, the black roofing. There's the doors for the drop tower, that Fright Nights printed piece, and the top of the haunted house. So here is the side of the haunted house. You can see the chimney here, the other side of the drop tower. There is a little barren bush on the side. Here is the back of the haunted house with all the Technic pieces to make the drop tower work. And you can see this chain or track that goes all the way up and into the top of the tower. And here's the other side of the haunted house with this black roof and the windows for the drop tower. Now let's look at the interior of the haunted house. So you just open it up in the middle here. So we'll go from left to right. So one little fun fact about this haunted house, it's not actually a house, it's more like a museum because it has no bathrooms, kitchens, bedrooms, or living quarters. So let's start in this room. So there is a organ piano, there's a bench, there's some printed pieces for the keys, some candles on either end, and beside it you'll see a little container with a shovel and a pickaxe. Above the organ are two Anubis statues, and this is a reference to another set called the Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins. And above that is a portrait of Baron von Baron, and around the frame there are some really nice gold elements. And one thing, if you press on the Baron von Baron print at the very front, there is a light brick that clicks on, and you can see through the portrait and see an image of Pharaoh Hotep, who is haunting Baron von Baron. So in this next part of the house, you'll see the ticket stand with the register. There's a ticket and a couple bottles. And next to the ticket stand, you'll see a few Blacktron future generation computer tiles that are hanging on the wall. Above the ticket stand is the sculpture with a skull and a gem in its head and these two black arms. And then next to the ticket stand is the ride for the drop tower, and it has a Manor von Baron printed piece. And just above the entrance to the drop tower is this Sphinx head, and this is a reference to set number 5978, Sphinx Secret Surprise. And this is just decoration that appears on the wall of the elevator shaft. And next to the entrance to the drop tower is a couple candles and an obelisk. And apparently the hieroglyphics spell Ogle, O-G-E-L. And then on the opposite side of that Sphinx head is a skull in a green case and some other objects in a box. Here are the back of the doors to the entrance, and they can open up. There is a chandelier with a couple of candles on either side. The skeleton hanging is a reference to Sly Boots, and there's a skull with a candle on its head, a cup, and I think another candle as well. And just below the table is a red snake. So I've added some minifigures to this little ride build, and then there's a little lever to hold them in place. So I'm gonna put them in the tower, and we're gonna see them drop. And on the back there's a little crank to make the tower ride go up. And you can see them there through the little window. So that's pretty much it for the review on the haunted house. I highly recommend this set. I think this will look really nice in anyone's Lego city. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs that you can find on Brickipedia, as this one is just loaded with Easter eggs. And I believe this set is retiring this year. So I'm going to put this haunted house on my shelf, and then I'll probably do a Lego room video sometime soon. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.